So today I want to talk about something that I think is really important and something we definitely don't talk about, and that's the orgasm gap, the mismatch of pleasure. Now, this is something that most people experience, but very few people talk about, and it's a real thing. The orgasm gap is a real thing. And it's not about who finishes first, who has the most orgasms, who gets the most fun. It's a genuine gap, and it's there because well, we're men and we're women, and our bodies are different, the psychology is different, the geography is different, and therefore pleasure shows up in many different ways. The truth is, sex, intimacy, and pleasure isn't just about, you know, having fun, connecting, getting excited. It's a part of our healthy lifestyle, and therefore sex, intimacy, and pleasure is all about both people within that connected space communicating, being patient with each other, trusting each other, and building that confidence. So, within sex, intimacy, and pleasure, we do need to talk. We do need to have a conversation and not just assume, because that's where the gap gets bigger, if you pardon the pun. But that's where the difference is created, because we don't have the conversations. We can't make sure that both partners, both people within that space are really connecting and getting the most out of that connection. And we have to remember, and not many of us do, that good things can sometimes take time. I think many people rush into sex, intimacy, and pleasure without really using it as a way of connecting and building and really finding out about the partner that you're sharing that space with. And all of that is wrapped in trust and confidence in yourself and in the space that you're sharing with someone else. When you prioritize shared pleasure, when you prioritize both people having a connection to pleasure, then you close the orgasm gap. So, some tips for closing the gap are: talk. It doesn't have to be dirty talk, it doesn't have to be naughty talk. Just talk, just communicate about what feels good, give feedback. You can talk dirty, you can just talk, whatever it is. It's about communicating and talking about what feels good, what you like, giving feedback, laughing through awkward moments, and just being in it together through communication, both in body, in words, and in actions. The other thing is slow it down. So many of us rush sex, intimacy, and pleasure. We're kind of headed for the finish line and we're trying to get there, and the magic is lost. Slow it down. Slow hands, slow words, slow touches, slow teasing, anything that you're sharing. Just slow it down. There's no rush to that end goal, that destination. Maybe spend some time enjoying the journey. And I guess one of my other things I always talk to people about is it's about exploring, not performing. It's focusing on curiosity rather than choreography, for want of a better word. It's about trying new things, laughing through what doesn't work, celebrating that what does, and having fun. Somewhere on the line, many of us lost the ability to be playful and just have fun in sex, intimacy, and pleasure. And really finding a space where you can connect to equal foreplay, where you both get the opportunity to journey. Many people see foreplay as kind of a warm up, and it's not. It's part of the whole thing. It's not an add-on, it's not an extra as such. It's not, it's just foreplay is an absolute necessity to good sex, intimacy, and pleasure. Don't make it a bonus. Make it an absolute must. And remembering that sex, intimacy, and pleasure is all about connection, playfulness, sensation, and presence. How can we close that orgasm gap where not everyone gets to feel fulfilled, connected, orgasmic, and not everyone gets to feel seen, heard, and validated in how they show up in sex, intimacy, and pleasure? We should all have the opportunity to explore and be excited and connect to our body. We should all have the opportunity for pleasure, no matter what that looks like for us. So closing that gap and making sure that everybody's connected is absolutely fundamentally vital to any good, healthy relationship. So if you're looking to close that orgasm gap, laugh about it, learn from it, and most importantly, find ways to have fun doing it.